Ethiopian. I'm talking about the descendants of freedmen, the foundational Black Americans, the Solani people, whatever you want to call them.
They understand that they cannot operate well unless they take what's yours. You know what I mean by that? You guys are the rightful heirs. You guys are the rightful heirs to the world. So if you claim what's yours, they are no longer the head, they have to be the tail. Alright? That is why there's a prophecy about this. Notice how a lot of us always want to say, yo, just leave us alone. Like, y'all go do your own thing. They can't do their own thing because they have nothing to harvest the energy from. You know, they can't do their own thing. They can't even, they have to keep you down, right? Feed off of that. That's what makes them their own thing. Why do you think all these inventions that we made, all this stuff that we came up with, even our Black Wall Street and all this creativity, they shut it down? Yeah. Because they know that once we become the head, we don't need them. Okay, we don't need them. All we need is the Most High. That's why we say leave us alone, and we want to be left alone because we are the set apart people. Set apart people just means the holy people, right? And then there's people who get engrafted in that say, you know what? They are the true chosen people, so they get a barakah blessing from that too. You know what I'm saying? So that is why a lot of our people are so annoyed with this obsession that a lot of these other descendants of people have on us. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the rightful heir. It's not to say that because there's a lot of other, if you read the biblical terms, right, you can see a lot of Ishmaelites, a lot of other people, even Egyptian people, they had a certain blessing too. Okay, they had their own blessings from the Most High, from Abraham and all that stuff, right? But when it comes to Yashrael, okay, the world is destroying itself because Yashrael people, okay, have decided to not feed into the nonsense anymore. It's almost like a Truman Show, okay? Like the Truman Show where they get paid to basically see what you do and your creativity, and your job is to escape that type of reality. Okay.
So lately I've been seeing a lot of these videos saying like, oh, when a 6'5" dreadhead named Tyrone just slumped my buddy, whatever, then my 40 jammed.
In the UK, SIM cards and expensive monthly bills are about to become a thing of the past. Since free internet technology already exists, why keep letting monthly...
Pretty much saying that no matter what, he's not going to be scared of a black person and he's not going to back down. Understand, black people don't want you to be scared of us, and I hear this a lot. You have an internalized fear of us. I work in a club, I'm a bouncer. And don't get me wrong, physically I'm not a small dude. I'm like 240 pounds, extremely muscular. And constantly I hear people say, you think I'm scared of you because you're black? No, you should be scared because I'm about to kick you down the flight of stairs. But for me, the obsession with brown-skinned people, from Caucasians, is weird. Because dark-skinned people don't fantasize about Caucasians or hurting them. We don't. As a collective, we don't. It's never been a thing. That's why in 400 plus years, black folks did not get together and say, hey, let's make a hate group dedicating to hurting Caucasians. But Caucasians have done this multiple times. And for me, it's not just simple hate, it's obsession. I really believe it's obsession. Even though in times of slavery, our unique attributes always been in question, including our physical makeup, our color, our strength, our physical abilities, and also how can they obtain and or do the exact same thing that we're doing. This is what a narrative of you're only here to entertain us has been spun so hard, while also copying everything that we do. Hating us while being obsessed with us is wild. Pick a struggle.
And people are waking up and realizing that something is missing, something that is necessary, something that is needed. A little bit of almond joy, a little bit of nougat crunch, Hershey's bar, Reese's cup. They're realizing that they need chocolate. So the ones that have distanced themselves from us, they're waking up and realizing, hold on, that we've always been the magic, the black magic, y'all. What the hell? The veil is really lifting, y'all.
I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but this black people. Don't cover me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that
where I'm from in Pennsylvania, it's mainly Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and the Spanish community, and bless their souls, are great people. They brought great culture and all that. But they always would mess up my beard. The first thing they would do is they would hack it off. I don't like my beard to be short, and they would always end up making it short on me, no matter what I told them. And it would always be a language barrier too. And then, because of the way my beard grows, I would try to explain to them that you can't make it even, you have to make it look even because of the way that it grows, and they would never do that. And then today, I decided to give another barber a chance. After years, I came to a black-owned barber shop. And I'm just saying, I think I found a barber.
See, this is exactly what we tried to tell y'all for the past 400 years, but nobody didn't want to hear us. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all do? Y'all hid our history, y'all lied to us, y'all manipulated us, did some crazy things to us. For the past 400 years, we tried to tell y'all, we tried to show y'all how to live in harmony with nature, how to live in harmony with us, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to work in order to earn a living in this system. That's not how nature works. But y'all didn't want to listen to us. Then you guys took our spirituality, you turned it to religion, you made it evil so we wouldn't be able to use it and wake up out of this spell that majority of our people are locked in currently. But now the shift has literally hit the fan. Our brothers and our sisters are waking up, and now this is our last system. So we want to play this. This is what happened.
Oh, you're joking. I got to put it ready. Oh, you're joking, really. Oh, you are. Damn. I know. What can I say? Oh. I put it there. Oh, yeah, right there. Boy. Oh, you're joking. I put it over there. No. Really, guys? Just wish it works first. I know. You go our street, we'll meet no crime. Oh, it works. I think. Yeah, it works. my where's the empress? No, that's not even a queen, right? That's not even a queen. I said empress. Where's the empress? Coming on today, but no emperor and no empress. Let me ask you again. Where is the emperor and the empress? Oh, yeah. Right? You bit too much up there, didn't you? Right? So you're not royalty. The grandson is asking, where is the emperor and the empress? Where? Huh? Yeah. Oh, enough on the foolish people. Don't on the sinner people. Right? Enough on the foolish people. Don't on the sinner people. Nonsense, man. They're not certified lies, are they? That's good. Come on, man. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea. Boy, oh, they're nice. I know I've got a lot of gardening to do and nature to do. I do this weekend. I know. Dedication to the pharmacy crew, because yeah, guys, I'm getting back to myself, as you can see. So I just like to say to a good morning. I do apologize, ladies. A good afternoon, should I say? Be up to Mark now. To the pharmacy in Bristol, and all the pharmacy ladies, and all those people who get their medication, and all those women who get up early to go and sit at the front of the desk and serve the public. You know what I mean? Dedication to you girls. So every Christmas I give them some. You damn right to. You damn right to. Them carers. Dedication to the carers. We like carers though. You damn right we do. You damn right we do. We support carers though. You know, if I was a rich man, what would I buy? You know what? Trimming the material, you know. I wouldn't buy anything, but you know what I'd do? I'd give a carer 100 grand or two. I certainly would. Wouldn't you? Oh, you used to it. Okay. We're in Western Business. Play. East, West, outside, Japan. Stay. But we play on the same time. But you are champions. Pass the ball. Pass the over. Pass the ball. Pass the over. Oh gosh. When we use the wild mix, made by one brings down the you have a bad soul and passion. Pass the over, pass the oh gosh. Oh yeah. We're in West playing. East, West, outside, Japan, stay. But you are champions. Pass the over. Pass the over. Oh gosh. When we use the wild mix, played by one brings down the you have a bad soul and passion. Pass the over. Pass the oh gosh. I'm up in the back. I said, Johnny, I'm getting much back. To the bash, I have no revenue. Watch them, we don't touch them. Cause the don't fight. Cause the don't fight. Come and buy on the bar. If they buy on the bar, come and buy on the bar. Come buy on the bar. East, West, outside, Jamaica, stay. What can I say?
So yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the shift is here, but I want you to realize
The shift is here, my brothers and sisters.
Your toe.
The shift is here. I know.
I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia and I used to go to the HBCU and
Don't hear what you say.
Doctors hate me. I'm not 30, I'm 75, and I do Tai Chi chair workout every day. Just 7 minutes a day, and in 1 week, you'll notice a difference.
Puerto Ricans and the Spanish community, and bless their souls, are great people. They brought great culture and all that. But they always would mess up my beard. The first thing they would do is they would hack it off. I don't like my beard to be short, and they would always end up making it short on me, no matter what I told them. And it would always be a language barrier, too. And then, because of the way my beard grows, I would try to explain to them that you can't make it even, you have to make it look even because of the way that it grows, and they would never do that. And then today, I decided to give another barber a chance. After years, I came to a black-owned barber shop. And I'm just saying, I think I found a barber.
See, this is exactly what we tried to tell y'all for the past 400 years, but nobody didn't want to hear us. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all do? Y'all hid our history, y'all lied to us, y'all manipulated us, did some crazy things to us. For the past 400 years, we tried to tell y'all, we tried to show y'all how to live in harmony with nature, how to live in harmony with us, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to work in order to earn a living in this system. That's not how nature works. But y'all didn't want to listen to us. Then you guys took our spirituality, you turned it to religion, you made it evil so we wouldn't be able to use it and wake up out of this spell that majority of our people are locked in currently. But now the shift has literally hit the fan. Our brothers and our sisters are waking up.
Yeah.
Now this is the collapse of this three-dimensional system because we don't want to play this game anymore. This is what actually brings me black joy. So yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the shift is here, but I want you to realize everywhere you go, I want you to know that you are someone's almond joy, okay? The shift is here. Everybody's going through it. They see it. They feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
I'm here to tell you right now,
We don't care. We don't care.
But to peep how the rest of the diaspora was like, oh, Americans have like main character syndrome. While then America is hyping up people of a whole different country for just existing and being excited about, you know, whatever. And then the rest of the diaspora is like, oh, the Americans are just finding out they're Scottish people, and then makes us, you know, the top piece, the think piece, the main character that they then say that we think that we are. And then when we go and tell them that you guys make us this main character, y'all say that we are because y'all are always worried about us and y'all are obsessed with us. And then they deny the obsession and then continue to say we think we're the main character, although they're in our business and talking about us and then making us that main character.
Exactly.
Anybody else notice that, or was it just me?
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they try to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person
So true.
We are, because y'all are always worried about us and y'all are obsessed with us. And then they deny the obsession and then continue to say we think we're the main character, although they're in our business and talking about us and then making us that main character. Anybody else notice that, or was it just me?
No, you're not.
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed.
Criminal behavior, you know, that wine-like nastiness. When you should be looking at your children. Your children have that behavior. Your children have that. Your sons have that behavior. What are you trying to put on me? Your sons.
Although they're in our business and talking about us and then making us that main character. Anybody else notice that, or was it just me?
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they try to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or cultural appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they love.
I found a perfect video to show you the difference in how white people act in a crisis versus how black people act in a crisis. So this is how white people act when tornado is coming, when they get caught in the tornado. Very calm.
Come down, come down! What's up? We're in it! We're in it! We're in the tornado! Hold on, guys! Hold on! What is thanks?
You can now get thousands of pounds towards new windows and doors, and you don't need to be on benefits to qualify.
Hear the excitement. They're excited, they're calm, they're prepared. But this is how black people act. Thank God. Please forgive me, because these people, funny, not funny, but
Please God. Please God. Please God. Nobody will help us. How do you play it? Go down right there and start spinning.
he already talking to the Lord. He already talking to the Lord, because he don't even know who else to call. Ain't nobody else to call, because his mom in the car with. Wait.
Oh God, man, I like to turn that before it happen in front of us right now. It's spinning.
Y'all, this video is 2 minutes long, so I can't put the whole video in there. But then, wait, we gonna get him. Can we make it? When they get actually caught in America, huh?
Over the roof. I think a lot of people don't just understand the power that black people have, the kind of knowledge they have about themselves and about how they can help this world. Because I was going through the rule book of innovations that black people made in America, and I didn't really find anything that cannot be counted as very important to the world we live in today. Many things, even in the medical field, in the transport field, in the lifestyle that we have, a lot of inventions came from black people. And this is something that I think whites have to give to black people. And I also say that we know that blacks were always owned by white slave owners. And therefore, if any black person ever came up with an invention, they would patent that invention in the name of the white slave owner, so that this black person who invented the thing we're talking about could not really get the actual credit that they deserved. So you remember that that has led to many whites thinking that they created the world that we have today, that they made the world livable. But many things that we have today, the civilization that we talk about globally, came from black people. I think we also have to give it to blacks for continuing to be resilient.
Yes, I feel it too. I know you. Oh, baby. In my lonely house, that's where you belong. But I will give you my love that is gone. So
home, baby, come 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 home, yeah. Oh, baby, yes, I really, really, really love you, baby. In the evening when I'm all alone, if you want me love, in the morning when I wake up, you become me in my favorite girl. That's why I love you, girl, more than anything in this world. I want you to come home, baby. Come on, baby, come home, 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 baby, come home. Ooh, la, la, yeah. Baby, come home, baby, come home, baby, come home, baby, come home. Ain't none of the arms, but where you belong. You're my
like a new sheep, no. Wherever she may be, no. But Paddy said to me, no, grab no chain, no, I'm complain. The eradication squad, she could see and the bush mutton, no. I went downtown like a good man should. It's like a new sheep would. Wait, just stop it. Wait.
Today I want a ban on social media for under 16s. Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and X will be outlawed from the spring of next year. And 9 out of 10 parents who responded to a consultation supported an outright ban.
Although we are celebrating that this could potentially save so many children's lives, but there will be children and other campaigners out there that will be concerned about this decision.
A momentous announcement from the Prime Minister at the start of what could prove for him to be a pivotal week.
That's what the law says.
We look at the challenges in implementing the plan, also on the programme. Let the oil flow hopes that UK inflation could come down and the housing market speed up as President Trump announces a deal with Iran. 2 men are convicted of conspiring to carry out arson attacks targeting property and the car connected to the Prime Minister. Fearless and determined BAFTA winner and trailblazer for doorstep journalism, Roger Cook, has died, aged 83. And advice on picking the best pain relief for periods. A study suggests women are choosing paracetamol, while ibuprofen is more effective.
Coming up on BBC News, high fives and a happy Potter, how the former Chelsea and West Ham manager Graham Potter presided over a dream start for Sweden and the World Cup.
So where is your Emperor and Empress? Huh? Too hard that was, wasn't it? That one was definitely good. The card comes coming down. You fight that one.
Good afternoon, welcome to the BBC News Award. The Prime Minister has announced a ban on under 16s using social media platforms. In a speech this morning, Sir Keir Starmer said it's not a decision he's taken lightly, but did say it's clear to me that a full ban is the right choice. Let's have a look at what this will be and when it should come into effect. The Prime Minister says he hopes legislation will pass before Christmas and the ban should be in place by spring of next year. A number of platforms will come under the ban, including TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube and X.
That's why they
it won't apply though to encrypted messaging platforms like
I can't be in your world.
Signal.
There's grandparents.
It comes after
no
Australia
no
became
empress.
the first
I
country
don't
in the
help
world to
no
introduce a
grandparents.
similar ban
Damn
in December of last year. Although the Prime Minister has said that these restrictions will go further. Our correspondent Lauren Moss has the story.
I can announce that the government will ban access to social media for all children under the age of 16.
They got none of ya.
It's a day they've campaigned, hoped and waited
see how it all
for.
collides
A day
together?
the Prime
You damn right it
Minister's
all
called
collides.
a big moment for the
2
country.
different worlds. Esau and Jacob.
Fantastic.
Yashara.
I mean,
Coming tonight,
to actually
isn't it?
hear
It's
him
all
step up and do this was phenomenal.
It will not be easy.
open, just like the
But
New
it
Year,
will be
which
possible.
is
A social media ban for under
April.
16s will become a reality
Not
in the
January.
UK. These parents all have children who
April Fool's
died
Day.
in
Why do you think he calls it
situations
that?
linked with social media.
It's been difficult for me, it's been difficult emotionally and
all months.
yeah,
It
I
chooses
think
that month to call it
that's
April
why
Fool's Day.
so
And what
many
the
of
hell
us
does
were
that
so
mean?
emotional
We
when
know
we
what it
heard the
means.
announcement because we
You
do
taking
find
the
that we feel
mick,
like
just
we're
like
being
changing the
listened to.
Saturday to
Esther
Devil
Jai's
Sunday.
16-year-old daughter Brianna was murdered by
That's why the
teenagers who
sun
plotted
murders
the
you.
crime
That's why the sun
online.
burned you. You
Some children are
disrespected
going
the
to be
sun.
really
That's the sun's
concerned
name.
and
Father
worried
gave the
about how
sun
this is
that
going
day.
to affect them.
And
So
the
I think
name.
it's really important
The
that
name has
schools,
meaning.
charities,
disrespect the sun,
families
it
really
burns.
wrap around the children now and make sure that
About you want
this
to
is
honour
as
that you got
seamless as
sun's
possible.
got. No, it burns
Louise
you.
Gibson's son
Nobody
Noah
goes
was
to father.
11
Doesn't
when he
want the
took his
children
own
to say, oh,
life.
that's my
She
God.
thinks he's
Shoot the
attempting
tramp.
a social media challenge.
That's why it burns you. It doesn't want you to be
It's
God.
fantastic. I
Honest
think it
father.
needs
That's
to
what
be
it's
done.
created for. It's
It's
a
a
good
shame
child.
it's taken so
He's
long.
very obedient. Very.
It's there, it's moving in the right direction, and it will help protect so many children
Platforms including TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube and X will be banned for under 16s. It won't apply to encrypted messaging platforms like WhatsApp or Signal. Live streaming and communicating with strangers will also be banned on gaming sites. So-called romantic AI chatbot companions will be blocked for under 18s. And there are also plans to introduce overnight curfews and to prevent infinite scrolling for under 18s, will be announced next month.
Not everyone is sure this is the right way forward. Some parents and charities are concerned it could expose children to more dangerous content online and say that social media companies should be forced to make their platforms safer, so a ban isn't necessary.
Ian Russell's teenage daughter Molly took her own life after viewing harmful content online. Ian thinks the Prime Minister has rushed the decision.
He promised a group of bereaved parents that they would strive to come up with their announcement about what they would do by the summer recess. He's rushed that forward for some reason. I can only imagine, and I can't think of a reason other than a political reason.
The ban has been dubbed Australia Plus, going further than the social media ban that was introduced there in December. The UK regulator Ofcom will explore the most effective way to verify someone's age. Some say this ban has taken too long.
Back in January, one of the first things I said was that it was Conservative policy to ban social media for under 16s.
Right? And then you sit up here, oh, he should have took the stand. I'm sick and tired of hearing that, but you see, they are all on code. He's guilty because he didn't take the stand. I'm going to prove it. There's a lot of people that take a stand. We'll prove that. But let's go and talk about this strong delusion, because he's the one who's delusional. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11 through 12. What does it say? And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion. Right? These heathens don't even know who the Israelites are. Right?
Oh, no.
That they should believe a lie. Right? So who's really delusional? Right? You sitting up here with that daggone flag, behind you. You know what I'm saying? You're the one who's delusional. Don't you understand that God's going to make all the end of all these nations to where the Israelites were scattered? You don't got a clue about what's going on.
You don't do
But
it.
guess what? Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believed not the truth. Right? You had Pastor Dow on your show, and you had Bishop Nathaniel on there telling you who the Israelites are. Right? But here you are wanting to stand with the heathen. Right? But you know what? Why? Because you have pleasure in unrighteousness. We see now you can't judge righteous judgment, which is what you're supposed to do as a Christian. John chapter 7, verse 24, what does it say? Judge not according to the appearance,
What's up, Ian?
but judge righteous
What's up,
judgment.
bro?
So you sit up here basically saying that Carmelo is guilty because he didn't take the stand. What is there for us to believe? He didn't take the stand. Well, guess what, coon? There's a whole bunch of people that ain't take the stand, and guess what? They wasn't found guilty. You know what I'm saying? That don't got nothing to do with anything. Let me show it, let me prove it. Simple Google search, moron, right? No. Rick Chow did not testify in his murder trial. Who was Rick Chow? Oh, South Carolina gas station owner who was tried for the 2023 fatal shooting of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. Shot the kid right in the back. Declined to take the stand in his own defense. His legal team opted not to put him on the stand, which a defense attorney noted was likely a strategic move to prevent prosecutors from introducing his past confrontations with other suspected shoplifters. But guess what? He walked free. So don't sit up here and try to say Carmelo Anthony did the wrong thing by not taking the stand. This guy didn't take the stand, and look what happened, right? Exhibit number 2, you ignorant weirdo. These are results for did George Zimmerman testify? Simple Google search, right? George Zimmerman did not testify in his own defense during his 2013 second-degree murder trial for the shooting of Trayvon Martin. Following a consultation with his attorneys, Zimmerman informed the judge that he would not take the stand. So you see, right? However, Zimmerman did take the stand to testify at a previous bond hearing in April 2012, for his bond hearing, but he didn't take that stand during the criminal trial. And later, he testified in court during a 2016 civil case stemming from a different shooting incident. So that's totally different. But in that crime for shooting Trayvon Martin, he ain't take the stand. But yet, y'all ain't running around here saying he's guilty, are you, Coon? Right? Now let's go to our next exhibit. Stephen A. Smith, Mr. Coon himself. Come on down. You're the next contestant. Only Coon is wrong.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy I was trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
I would give anything to be able to say something definitively in Carmelo Anthony's defense. If there was a shred of innocence to the incident itself, I would say so. I don't want to see another black young man going to jail. But I don't give a damn what your race. I don't give a damn about what your race or ethnicity is. Just because you're white and young doesn't mean you deserve to be murdered. And just because you're black and young with challenges that black folks face every single day doesn't give you a license to murder someone. Sure. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. Carmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf. There is no other way to slice it. Sure. How else do you explain, or can you explain? You at a track meet, appearing in a visitor's tent. Austin Metcalf and his brother, according to reports, come over to you asking you to leave because you're sitting under their tent. An argument ensues. Folks have said it spanned more than 5-6 minutes. Others said it went as long as 15. A two-hand shove is believed to have happened by one witness. Another witness said it was a one-hand shove. How does that justify Carmelo Anthony pulling out a knife and stabbing Austin Metcalf to death?
All right, so let's remind this coon of some history, since you know what I mean. He thinks it's okay for white people to come up here and tell a black man to get up and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Rosa Parks. Y'all remember her? What is she famous for? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and read it. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks was an American civil rights activist. She is best known for her 1955 refusal to move from her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, in defiance of Jim Crow racial segregation laws, which sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. She is sometimes known as the mother of the civil rights movement. Now, if I ask that coon to his face, was Rosa Parks wrong for not getting up out of that seat? What would he say on national TV? Because she was breaking the law, according to the Jim Crow racial segregation laws. Sure. But because she stood her ground, right, and stood for what was right, the bottom line is she's known as a civil rights hero. Carmelo stood his ground. I ain't going nowhere. What am I going to go for? You know what I mean? You're not the boss. This is not your... If the coach come over there and said, hey, kid, you need to leave, right? That's one thing. That would have been the proper authority. But here's some teenager who basically, you know what I'm saying, ain't even supposed to be there, right? You know, who basically was suspended from the track team, now has the authority to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, hey, kid, you get out of here and sit out in the rain. Carmelo his team didn't even have a tent, right? But you want to sit here and justify, you know what I'm saying, the fact that these boys are being aggressive toward a black man. You know, two twin brothers who came up there and put their hands on him. Now, we went over this testimony from last year from an eyewitness. So let's remind this, you know what I mean? Because all that you're hearing in that trial ain't what everybody's saying what happened, Mr. Coon. So let us remind you that there's another story out here while you run around here on, you know, worldwide TV and internet and everything else, running off with their narrative. You're a coon.
Head track coach testified that Austin Metcalf was not supposed to be at that track meet, and that he had kicked Austin Metcalf off the track team because the previous track meet, he became upset with Austin and Hunter because they left the track meet early to go fishing. And as a result, he kicked Austin off the track team. His exact words, "I didn't need him there." He said Austin had a crappy, this is his words, he had a crappy throwing season. I didn't need him there, and I kicked him off the team. Under oath. Austin Metcalf, according to his own coach, was not supposed to be there. He was kicked off the team. His words was, "I didn't need him there." But he allowed him to come and help out because Austin Metcalf wanted to prove himself.
It was raining. It got rained out like crazy bad. Everybody trying to get back to their cars or get in, you know, places where they, you know, wouldn't get all extra wet. Dude was sitting up on the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah. So I'm paying attention to my kids, but at the same time, they're in the same vicinity, so I'm watching everything going on around it because I'm there for my children. So dude walks up, McCullen, bro, he wasn't even under the tent at the time. They came from a whole separate tent and walked over there. They intentionally went over there to this kid, man. Dude was sitting there on his phone just trying to get dry. You feel me? One thing went from another. They grabbed this man and they tried to punch on dude. Dude went in his bag and whatever. They went to try to jump this dude and punch on this dude, man. And he protected himself, dude. That's what happened. Yeah. It wasn't just one. It was both of them, bro. Austin, the dude that got unalive, and his brother physically went over there to intentionally. It's not to the point that he brought a knife. For one, it wasn't on school property. The school is at least 5 to 10 miles away. It was a community track meet, bro.
Now, as you can see, first of all, if anybody shouldn't have been there, you know what I mean? Austin shouldn't have been there, right? And number two, as you can hear, an eyewitness testimony who was there. Now, again, that came out before the court trial. This guy had said this last year when all this stuff happened, right? So the bottom line is, you know what I mean? Y'all sit up here running with this narrative that they're pushing all out on the media, right? And you see, not only are they using the white media to do it, they're using these coons that are, you know what I mean, they put in positions, you know what I mean, to push their narrative, right, on black people, right? So this is why, you know, you got so many black people thinking, well, why didn't he take the stand? Why didn't he take the stand? And all this, because they all just running with the same narrative. Oh, and yeah, well, they just pushed him, and he didn't have to do that. Get out of here, kid. You go away, kid. Go away, kid, right? And Austin is big, and Carmelo is big black bully. You know, that's how they try to portray this whole thing, right? And it's totally not what that man just described, what you just heard, right? You see what I'm saying? But next we got another couple of, coons to come on. But this time it's going to be double the trouble, right? Coon twins, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Coon is Wrong.
This Carmelo Anthony trial, this verdict, and the aftermath afterwards, it really exposes how
how far gone the black community is. Look at this woman right here. She doesn't even know where she's at right now. Check this out.
Alright, so I've heard a lot about justice for Carmelo, right? Yeah. Justice for Carmelo. I want to stand him too. Why you don't go? Hey, I would have did it to him. I promise I would. I would have did it to him. But why? I would have did it to him and his brother. Okay, but for what reason? Let me tell you why. Yeah. Them little boys came looking for trouble. Okay. You come looking for trouble, you don't know what the outcome will. Sure. You don't know outcome. You rob a bank. You don't know if you're going to get the money. Wait, somebody robbed a bank? Hold up. Listen. Oh, man, you want to play guns, man. Listen. No, I want to hear.
You know, this is the mindset that got Carmelo Anthony in jail for life. Yeah. Well, 35 years. He's going to probably get paroled after 17, but... Oh, he's not getting paroled. Not in Texas. He's doing the full 35. There was absolutely no reason to do what he did.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. All right. You can record him, motherfucker. Yeah. No, I want to. You rob the bank, right? You rob the bank, right? You might get the money. You might go to jail. You might be dead, right? Right. You fucked the wrong motherfucker. It's the same way. Them boys were looking for trouble. You know what happened? He got stabbed and he died because he was looking for trouble.
That's totally low IQ. Yeah, guy's a moron. This guy keeps saying that the Metcalf brothers were looking for trouble. They were looking for trouble. They was out looking for trouble. They told Carmelo Anthony to leave 15 times. I think Carmelo Anthony was looking for trouble. Who the hell stays after someone's told you repeatedly 15 times to leave the area? And then he says, touch me and watch what happens. He was looking for trouble. Yeah. What's shocking to me is he's so confident in saying what he's saying, and he's being recorded, and he realizes that. That's how lost he is. Yeah, that's a horrible analogy. Somebody robs a bank, right? You're either gonna get shot, you're gonna get the money, or you ain't gonna get the money, or you're gonna die.
And you see, these coons sitting up here laughing, thinking they're making a joke, right? And the bottom line is you're the one that sounds stupid. Because you can't understand the analogy.
You record him, motherfucker. Yeah, no, I want to. You rob the bank, right? You rob the bank, right? You might get the money, you might go to jail, you might be dead, right? Right. You fucked the wrong motherfucker. It's the same way. Them boys were looking for trouble. You know what happened? He got stabbed and he died because he was looking for trouble.
That's totally low IQ. Yeah, guy's a moron. This guy keeps saying that the Metcalf brothers were looking for trouble. They were looking for trouble. They was out looking for trouble. They told Carmelo Anthony to leave 15 times. I think Carmelo Anthony was looking for trouble. Who the hell stays after someone's told you repeatedly 15 times to leave the area? And then he says, touch me and watch what happens. He was looking for trouble. Yeah. What's shocking to me is he's so confident in saying what he's saying, and he's being recorded, and he realizes that. That's how lost he is. Yeah, that's a horrible analogy. Somebody robs a bank, right? You're either gonna get shot, you're gonna get the money, or you ain't gonna get the money, or you're gonna die.
And you see, these coons sitting up here laughing, thinking they're making a joke, right? And the bottom line is you're the one that sounds stupid. Because you can't understand the analogy. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's go to the Bible, and maybe I'll help you to understand what the young man was trying to tell to this guy who went over there. Why they always come to us asking us questions, right? Gaslighting. Right? Oh, well, you know, I just want to talk to you guys, you know. But why do y'all think that he's going to make it? Get out of here. Right? You know what I'm saying? Don't come gaslighting us. Y'all been gaslighting us for 400 years, right? Why did y'all buy us? You know what I'm saying? When you know somebody kidnapped us, right? Why'd y'all do that? Why did y'all hang us off trees, right? Why'd y'all go in there and rape our women? Why'd y'all do that? Huh? Why y'all sit up here, you don't have Jim Crow's law segregating and said that we was 3/5 of man, wouldn't even allow us to vote, huh? Why y'all do all that? You want to come ask us questions, we don't got to answer your questions. You know what I'm saying? Because we got questions of our own. Why y'all do the things that you did? Yeah. And now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? When you think that it's okay for you to come and tell somebody when it's raining out there, get up from up underneath the tent. We don't care where you go, but you getting out from under our tent, right? All these Christians that know so much, where is your Christian compassion? Do you think Jesus would have walked up to Carmelo Anthony when it was raining and he's sitting under the tent and told him to get the hell out the tent? You think Jesus would have told him that? But yet all y'all claim to be Christians, right? Because you can't judge righteous judgment because you're a bunch of freaking hypocrites. You're right, you are. So now let me go break this down for these two idiots. You're talking right. Been gaslighting us for 400 years, right? Why did y'all buy us, you know what I'm saying, when you know somebody kidnapped us? Right? Why'd y'all do that? Why did y'all hang us off trees? Right? Why'd y'all go in there and rape our women? Why'd y'all do that? Huh? Why y'all sit up here, you don't have Jim Crow's law segregating and said that we were 3/5 of the land, wouldn't even allow us to vote, huh? Why y'all do all that? You want to come ask us questions, we don't got to answer your questions. You know what I'm saying? Because we got questions of our own. Why y'all do the things that you did? And now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? When you think that it's okay for you to come and tell somebody when it's raining out there, get up from up underneath the tent. We don't care where you go, but you getting out from under our tent, right? All these Christians that know so much, where is your Christian compassion? Do you think Jesus would have walked up to Carmelo Anthony when it was raining and he's sitting under the tent and told him to get the hell out the tent? You think Jesus would have told him that? But yet all y'all claim to be Christians, right? Because you can't judge righteous judgment because you're a bunch of freaking hypocrites. Damn right. So now let me go break this down for these two idiots that don't understand that the man is telling you about you're supposed to count up the cost before you go do something. Luke chapter 14, verse 25 through 30. What do we see? And there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Why? Because if any of these people can influence you to not tell the truth, and not to judge righteous judgment, and not to do the Father's will, right? You are not going to follow the Most High Yah's only begotten Son, right? You can't let no one influence you. And you see, because these people all want to stand here and still have, you know what I mean, friendship with the world, they are not willing to tell the truth. And yet they stand there and say that they're Christians, right? But we can try you by your spirit and see that your spirit is not of God, right? Anyway, here we go. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Right. So you see, y'all ain't standing on the kid, right? Who got jumped. You're not standing with him. You're not standing up for his rights. Nah, you're standing up with the majority, right? Because you don't want no persecution. Of course you don't. But what the young man was telling them is basically what Christ said right here. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? So what did the young man say? You're supposed to count up the cost if you're going to go over here and try to rob a bank. Because what can be the possible outcomes if you go up in here and try to do this? Death. Maybe you'll get the money and get out and run away, you know what I mean, scot-free. Maybe you'll get caught and end up doing jail time. Or maybe they might kill you. So he gave him a good analogy of why you don't just walk up on somebody, right? Right? He gave you a great analogy why when you go to try to put your hands on somebody, you better count up the cost. Because you might push somebody and they might say, man, get off me, man. I don't want no smoke. And they might turn around and walk away. But you might put your hands on somebody who's got a weapon on them, right? And you might find yourself, you know what I'm saying, putting somebody in fear. And now, because they got to defend themselves, they might hurt you. You see? So the bottom line is, what did he tell them? That young man gave a good analogy, and these two clowns try to laugh it off like, that's the problem with the black community. No, that's the problem with coons. Y'all don't understand nothing, right? You sit up here trying to be clowns, you know what I mean, being step and fetch it, and want to dance a jig anytime you get an opportunity. And the bottom line is think that you can stand up here and represent us. The reason why they put you up there is because they're not afraid of you. Because they know that you ain't nothing but a bunch of coon clowns. Right? Verse 29. Anyway, let's go back to 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it. Lest haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock it. Right? Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. So this is what Christ said, right? Why you gonna come after me, you know what I'm saying, trying to be my disciple, but then you go through some hard times and you can't continue to walk, right? You can't continue to, to stand up for truth because you don't want no persecution coming your way, right? Why aren't you talking about them people over there bombing and killing all these kids over there, right? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you definitive about, how Israelis, you see what I'm saying, in America standing with these daggone murderers and thugs over there? Why ain't y'all saying it? Oh, I know why. Because you're standing with the same type of people over here, right? Maybe because birds of a feather flock together, coon. All right. Now let's go to the daddy, right? And I'm going to let this rock out. This from Taylor House Publishing again. Shout out to you, right? But I'm going to let this rock out. We'll come back. We'll jump in. We'll discuss it. I'm telling y'all now, right? He says some infuriating things in here. You know what I'm saying? So put your remotes down. Make sure your hands are free so you don't throw nothing at the screen.
All right, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. The father of the deceased Austin Metcalf is going on an interview campaign trying to garner sympathy for the now deceased high schooler who was killed by Carmela Anthony after allegedly attacking Anthony at the high school track meet. Now, this man is going on several interviews. I'm going to play the one that you see on the screen. This is basically an all-out racist rant. You're gonna see this one, but then I'm going to play you this one from MSNBC, in which he tries to play, the victim and a upstanding citizen. But this is who he truly is, and from all reports, this was on a Proud Boy website, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly. But just listen to the racism just spewing out of this man's mouth as he talks about black people or brown people.
You don't know who your daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. Do you think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more privileges? More entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone actually sold you to us, and we took you over here.
And you looked after us.
And then we had a civil war to free your ass. And now you want to talk shit? Oh, I've been so oppressed. You couldn't even vote. 1960. Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. I mean, it has to be qualified. I just have to be a certain color or race or gender. Whose broad ass idea was that? I'm gonna tell you right now. Charleston White. You think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony. You're a pussy and a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk bitch. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you liar. Day after it happened, how many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mellow, okay? Because he was such a little boy he always trying to portray. How about Watermelon Fella? How's that one strike you?
Always.
I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night. Because he's going to have many nights to think about what the f*** he did.
Is it white boys? Is it white boys?
50 millions. I don't know what kind of glamour shots you steal from other people and put up on your profile, but it don't match to your goddamn water buffalo looking ass when I saw you at the courthouse.
That's your white man. Listen to them. Listen to them.
Charleston White, you look like a crackhead.
This is your white man.
Even though you got money, you're the only smart Nick person, person around.
White man.
Hoo-hoo.
White man.
Hoo-hoo. You're a grifting piece of shit.
Listen to when they speak.
Your character says it all. I don't have to say a damn word. Your actions speak for themselves. You need a little fat bow tie? What the hell is that, dude? Maybe you and Chris King are butt buddies. Like y'all swap ties and shit. I don't know.
Your little army of people? Maybe it was your Black Panther friends.
Ooh, y'all are so.
Into the anger of this man, look, just because nobody will be his friend, look, you can see the loneliness in him, look. He looks like a little child when he pulls his face. He does, he looks like he's beyond help. Just alone, and no one played with him. Because the attention has always been us. It just irks him, because you brought into that white store. What else could you write to? Right? Go and play with Satan, go and drink some blood, man. Go and have some sex with some camels and mammals. No one's not disturbing you. Go over there and do what you need to do. But you always have got to come to us. Like, go over there and do what you're doing. You know, you serve Satan, that's okay. Go over there and serve him. No. You always got to come and have people to see what you're doing. We're not interested. What deal?
Tough.
Rasta.
You talk a fucking game, but really at the end of the day, you ain't shit.
Well, he was alone to be.
I'll scrape you off the heel of my boot.
No, come on, guys. These white people, they're just not well.
And normally, I won't normally attack people like this, but everybody moving around the world. Just round the world, round the world, round the world. I thought you were doing the round the world. Every little thing I do. A little loving that I know is true. You're doing the water bumpy. You're doing it like Humpty Dumpty. Everything you do, you're doing it like me. So say, shoulder move, shoulder move, shoulder move. In the groove, round the world. Everybody moving round the world. I didn't dance the shoulder move. Just round the world, round the world, round the world. I thought you were doing the round the world. Every little thing I do. A little loving that I know is true. You're doing the water bumpy. You're doing it like Humpty Dumpty. Everything you do, you're doing it like me. So say, shoulder move, shoulder move, shoulder move. In the groove, round the world. Round the world, round the world, round the world. They have a little thing called lead and take lead. Belly move, in the groove. Round the world, move it to the earth. Little bit cool and deadly, little bit water bumpy. Everything you do, you're doing it like me. You say this belly move, shoulder move, get in the groove. Everything you do, you're doing it like me. I love you, girl. I want you, girl. Let me see you do around the world. You say shoulder move, shoulder move, shoulder move. Get in the groove. Let me see you do the shoulder move. Down deadly, water bumpy. Round the world, round the world, round the world. Everything you do it like me. Everything you do, you're doing it just like me. Belly move, in the groove. It's a bubble like a big sea. It's a shoulder move, in the groove. Round the world, the cool and pretty. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I love you, girl. Bring me round the world. Once again.
Give me your love, darling, and I'm a big for the love, baby, don't you talk about the love, baby, I'm a big for the reason, darling, I'm a all night love, baby, you do the thing, you keep me rocking, and I see you want to come back, darling, I'm a big you want to come back, take your time, take your time, take your time, no need to hurry, you take it easy, you take it easy, you take it easy, no need to worry. If you borrow the things you know, you just be yourself on the ground, darling, I'm in it, you want to come back, baby, you take your time, you take your time, you take your time, you take your time, you want to come back, baby, you want to come back, darling, do the thing, you keep your love, and I see you want to come back, darling, I'm in it, you want to come back, baby, now the world is changing, but it's only love that the woman and the baby. Give me your love, baby, I'm a big for the love, darling, I'm the boss of my baby, I'm the woman and the love, darling, do the thing, keep it rocking, and I see you want to come back.
Right, come here, dress up, my boy. Right then, just a bit straight up, like that. To the right now. Right, where's it? It's Hebrews now. The Hebrew. Oops. Ooze, yes. Right. Where are we going? We are going 9, no, 8, no, 9, no, 8, 7, oops, C, 7, dot, B, dot 28, dot, 28, there it is, separate it, that's it, a little bit. There she is, boom, and that one done that, put it there. Right, where is, there is there, now you can dress out, yeah, beautiful. Come in. No, there she is, there she is, so it's not same, give it a see, well, that's better. Go ahead and do that. Right. Retake. Fantasy juicy. You reckon? Go on there. You reckon? Go on then. Convince me. How about that? Worries. No, just a bit. Really? Yeah, that's better. Let's dress that up, man. Right. Where we at?
If you're happy and you love it, everyone. Jack it up, I fling it one more time, we say rewind. between the one line and softer than the summer night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold you tight, this magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time. Time. My love is to the end of time. Time. My love is to the end of time. This magic moment, so different and so new, but like any other. Until I kissed you, I never let it happen. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too. By the look in your eyes, sweeter than wine, softer than the summer night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold you tight, this magic moment.
That's a really nice one. So this one here, this is the one. I think this one here. This having fun. Having fun. Right. I finish with you for now. So let me put this over there then. Quickly. And put this next to this next to this and this. That's out of the way. And you can go back home. Just taking that out of there. The other one now on the two is the Crown Prince of Peace, Emmanuel. The Crown, you know, the Crown Prince of Peace, Emmanuel. Look at this one, though. This one is detrimental. Look at this one. For the Torah equals the Bible, appoints men as high priests who have weaknesses like all men. Not strong men, not mighty men. It appoints high priests only looking for men who have weaknesses, just like all other men. That's what it says, miss. Where? Hebrews 7:28. It says, miss. Look what it says. I'll paint it up and and the bell rings too. Ding dong. Ding dong. She loved me with all her heart.
you sing. Does she feel just what I feel? And I want mine to know it's really real. Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes? Oh, it's a lover's question. I'd like to know. How does she love me? With all her heart. Should I worry when we're apart? It's a lover's question. I'd like to know. Should I worry when we're not together? Should I worry when we're not together? Well, I'd like to know. Stop it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, babe, why are you going away? Was it something I did or something I said? Tell me. Oh, babe, why are you going away? Was it something I did or something I said? Tell me. I knew our love was meant to be, but now you wanna turn your back on me. Yeah. Seems to me your love is fading away. From me running farther and farther every day. I wanna know now, why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? Why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? We made the vow on our wedding day. From the tip of your tongue I heard you say, now and forever we always stay. But now from me you're going away. I wanna know, why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? Why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? Why, oh why? Why, baby? Why? What happened? Tell me. Big talk. I knew that another should be, oh baby. But now you're turning your back on me. Seems to me your love is fading away. 'Cause for me, you're going farther each day. I want to know, why are you going away? And why you wanna break my heart? Why are you going away? And why you wanna break my heart? We made the vow on our wedding day. From the tip of your tongue, I heard you say, now and forever we always stay. But from me now you are going away. That's why I wanna know, why are you going away? And why you wanna break my heart? Why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? Why? Tell me why. Why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart? Why are you going away? Why you wanna break my heart?
You can't find a better friend than that, huh? You can't find a better friend that will give you stuff than to sell out your soul to Satan and that rubbish. He's looking at me and says, how'd you do it? Yahuwah. He don't drown. How do I do it? Yahuwah. The one that he told you to reject? No, he told you it doesn't exist. He says Yahuwah and Jesus are the same thing. Rasta, Tatran, dangerous. Why?
like the other girls in town who loves to run around. She don't roam the streets at night. She always stay at home to give me all the loving I need wherever we may be. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. She's not a greedy girl living in a fantasy world. It's not the truth that she's running after. She's always filled with fun and laughter. She's not like the other girls in town who loves to run around. She don't roam the streets at night. She always stay at home to give me all the loving I need wherever we may be. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. Oh, she's not a greedy girl living in a fantasy world. It's not material thing she's running after. She's always filled with fun and laughter. She's my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. When she needs some loving, she knows where to find me. When she needs a shoulder to cry on, she knows who to rely on. She's so special to me, my baby. Oh, my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. She's not like the other girls in town who likes to run around. She don't roam the streets at night. She always stay at home to give me all the loving I need wherever we may be. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. Oh, she's not a greedy girl living in a fantasy world. It's not material thing she's running after. She's always filled with fun and laughter. She's my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. My baby. She is my baby. When she needs some loving, she knows where to find me. When she needs a shoulder to cry on, she knows who to rely on. She's so special to me, my baby. Oh, my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby. She is my baby.
Alright, cool. I'm ready. Leave me alone. Alright, last tune.
I have been cooped up and caged up in this anger, and this is something I'm trying to work on. I need to develop it and funnel it into a more constructive way. But tonight is the one time I'm going to allow myself, it's okay. Tonight I'm going to allow myself to say what I really want to say. Because most of the time I don't say what I want to say, because it's not correct. Just because you think something doesn't mean you believe it. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong. doesn't make it a fact either. Because all you believed, Carmelo was innocent. Newsflash, guilty, prison. You were wrong. Admit it. But no, what do you do now? Oh, there was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb shits. If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Don't bitch because Trump's president because you didn't vote. Don't vote for somebody based on skin color. But you'll jump on the side of a murderer for skin color. Do you know how stupid that really makes you look? I'm going to support somebody blindly, even though they did wrong. You're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color.
All right, let's just debunk this racist pig right now, right? What does it say? Donald Trump is a convicted felon. You said we were dumb for supporting somebody who broke the law, right? Having been found guilty by a New York jury on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records to conceal a hush money payment ahead of the 2016 election. Charges, the conviction. He was found guilty on all 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. So guess what, dummy? You just said that all of MAGA is dumb, right? They supported somebody blindly. By your logic, all of MAGA should have voted for Kamala Harris. All of them. You know what I'm saying? But this is how stupid you are, right? Details. The charges were related to the fraudulent labeling of reimbursements to his former attorney, Michael Cohen, who paid $130,000 to adult film star Stormy Daniels to keep her from disclosing an alleged affair, right? But you want to talk about somebody supporting the people that do right. First of all, we didn't catch you in a lie, right? We didn't catch you being a hypocrite, right? Now you run around here, you done got mad because the bottom line is you thought this thing was all going to go away. You was just going to have this kangaroo court, throw Carmelo in jail, have him in there with your cousin in that jail system, right? And then you thought you was going to be able to get your get off on him. Now your plan is starting to unravel in front of your freaking eyes, and now you're mad. Now you're angry. Now you're going to tell us how you really feel. Watermelon felon and all this type of stuff, right? Now but you see, this is why we see. You held all of that together for all that time because you didn't want them to put your racist self out there on that stand so people could see who you really were. Because had you took the stand, why didn't you take the stand for your son? Why didn't your other son take the stand for your son, right? Why didn't y'all get up here? No, you wasn't going to take that stand because you knew they had you in a lie because you went on national TV and said that Austin died in Hunter's arm. So they would have got all on you for being a liar. And everybody would have known that the apple don't fall far from the tree, right? So the bottom line is now that you think that you got your win, now you want to show everybody how you feel. Now you want to come out and be your racist self, right? But now let's go back to the next clip. You know what I'm saying, from Taylor House Publishing, right? Because he's going to show, you know what I mean, not this side of Jeff Metcalf. Now he's going to show you Mr. Media, you know what I'm saying, how he plays it off. Oh, I'm just a Christian, and I tried to make peace with the blacks, you know what I'm saying, and they didn't want to make peace with us, right?
Everything that he's saying right here is just a facade. Just listen.
Carmelo Anthony sentenced to 35 years. The fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet last April. Good-looking kid that we lost, and his father.
Good-looking kid that we lost, and his father. Good-looking kid that we lost, and his father.
And y'all heard that. And see, that's the media, right? That's the media right there. Good-looking kid that we lost, right? Yeah, you see how they spin the narrative? Tell everybody, oh yes, he was such a great kid. He was such a nice, honorable young man. And this black thug heathen, you know what I mean, took, that, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is, a big old act, right? Let's go back to the clip. Yo, you're going to see the actor for real now. Here we go.
Jeff Metcalf joins us now. And sir, thanks for coming on. We do appreciate it. I know what this must be like for you. I want to just start by asking you, after the sentencing and after everything you've seen, are you satisfied with how this has resulted?
No.
No. 35 not enough?
It's never about the number.
Yeah.
The whole thing, satisfaction would be for me to watch Austin walk through my door and hug me. So I don't wish.
He wasn't going to hug you. He didn't even like you. They beat you up before.
Harm on anyone. I actually feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony, because I know I can't imagine. I've never been to prison, so but I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But unfortunately, we live in a society where your actions have consequences. And, as a Christian person, people question me about my forgiveness so quickly. I had to explain that to everyone. The forgiveness was for me.
For you.
Now, did that last video sound like a Christian person? Y'all let me know in the comments.
It didn't sound like no Christian person to me, right? Sitting up here calling, daddy, and then called the man's mama, you know what I'm saying, a drunk beat, right? Somebody's wife, right? Disrespectful, right? When then sit up here and want to tell Carmelo during the sentence, look at me, right? You know what I'm saying? See, he played it real nice, and you can see he's on here yelling, I'm a Christian, right? Now we'll discuss that in a minute. Let's keep going.
So I wouldn't carry the rage and the hate. It doesn't excuse his actions. It's not that, it's okay, it's not okay. But it's unfortunate you chose the decision to take my son's life. But you do have to answer for that.
What do you think this young man whose parents are so forcefully defending him, saying that he was simply defending himself, which is outrageous when you look at the actual testimony in the case. What do you think he was trying to do that day?
Well, this is the big question I have. If you're claiming self-defense, if I was being accused of something and I was claiming self-defense, I would want to get on the stand and tell my story. I would want to explain exactly what was in my mind, what I was thinking, and why I reacted in the way I did.
Now, that's what I say too, but it has come to be known that the lawyer told him not to. The same lawyer that put on a piss poor defense told the young man not to.
And let's just keep it real, right?
Don't know about the lawyer. The barrister, sorry.
If my brother got stabbed, and they were trying to say we were being aggressive as the defendants, you know what I'm saying? That's his excuse. I'm taking a stand, right? I'm going to speak on behalf of my brother. We ain't do anything like that. This guy, this is what happened. Well, what happened? They're going to get first-hand account. But if you get caught lying, right? If you get caught lying, then of course you ain't going to take the stand, right? Because if you go up there and you take that stand, and then all this testimony come in about y'all being bullies, and I'm getting ready to show y'all something here in a minute. That's why he talked about Chris King with the little bow tie and all that. That's why the daddy went on a rant about him, right? Because the bottom line is, he didn't dug up some stuff, some history with the Metcalf boys, right? But you know what I'm saying? See, y'all ain't take the stand either. You're doing all this talking. Why didn't he take the stand? And you notice, everybody's saying, why didn't he take the stand? Why didn't he take the stand? Because they got a video. That's why he ain't take the stand. They're supposed to play the video and showed everything that everybody could see it. They didn't do that, right? Why am I going to go take the stand when you can see everything for yourself of what happened, right? My defense attorney tells me that, you know what I'm saying? They got the video, they're going to play the video. Well, guess what? Everybody going to see it, so we ain't got to take the stand. Everybody going to see exactly what happened, right? But guess what?
Right.
Y'all done hid that video all this time now, haven't you? Right? What does that tell us? Y'all never.
Afternoon, welcome and hi. It's been a while, guys. How you doing? How are we doing? Nice and hot, isn't it? Nice and hot. Boy, what day is it today? Today is Monday, the 15th of June, 2026. Dedication to awoken Hebrewites. As if you're nice, isn't it? Now, dedication first to our grandson. This is yours, grandson. I put the button there so grandson. Where's it? This is for the grandson, isn't it? This is for the grandson. Belongs to our grandson. Especially firstborn. Ouch! Firstborn. The birthright. Stop it! Right, today is a real beautiful day, because guess what Father showed me? He showed me this about 2 days ago. And he said, make sure you show the grandchildren. Alright. Where are we going now, guys? We are going quickly to Hebrew. Just a quick video, just a quickie. That's gonna shine bright, right? Now, girls, ladies, grandma, she had her own, please do. Now, we're getting to Hebrews. Chapter 7, verse 28. Now this is just magnificent. Now this goes to all bullies and all strong men. You think you're strong. All mighty men. You think you're mighty. And all those kings, you think you're a king. But there's no emperor. Where's your emperor? And where's your empress? Huh? How can you be a king without an empress? That's like having a mum without a grandparents. Egypt. Anyway, they've been lying to you. Let me tell you what Father's looking for. Check. Now, Hebrews chapter 7, verse 28. It says, look, for the Torah, which is the Bible, the Torah, you got one as well, guys. For the Torah, the Bible, appoints men as, wait for it, as weights, as high priest. We're not talking about no altar boy, you know, right? I ain't talking about no pope, right? Let's go again. It says, for the Torah, which is the top Bible. This is where all the other Bibles come from. This one, yes, so the Torah, right? Appoints men as low priest. You two lie. It says high priests who have weaknesses like all men. It says it appoints only men as high priests, right, who only have weaknesses like all men, right? We're not talking about to be no pope or no bishop now. We're talking about high priest now, right? The real thing. You know the king with the emperor. What about the emperor with the empress? Yeah, that level. Not this stupid king with no emperor and emperor. Not that nonsense king with cancer. No! One more time. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 28. For the Torah, beautiful Bible, appoints normal, everyday men as high priests who have weaknesses like me and weaknesses like you and like all men. That's what it says, and I'm going to put it there as well. Good to see, right? But sisters, don't forget the grandson, right? This is it, the grandson. Remember, the gift of the appointed men and good life is Yahuwah. And the gift of the appointed men, the good life, the bosom, right? The peace, the harmony is Yahuwah, right? Take care of yourselves, guys. Make sure you're happy and make sure you're listening to your parents, because they know this system don't know nothing, right? Your parents know. We're all going back. And make sure you've got manners and your balance, otherwise you could have a weakness or no weakness. If you ain't got the balance, right, and slow to anger, then you can't be a high priest. But yeah, you fit the criteria just like me, because you've got weaknesses, and that's what it says, doesn't it? It doesn't say strong men and mighty men. It's lying to you, right? It says like all men. And not to be a priest, you know, a high priest to do. So come on, let's get going. For God's sake.
Now this one is a song for taking it over.
Now, did you hear what he said about the parents in that video? Called her a drunk bee, and he called the father a pea female kitten. So yeah, he's not going to speak about them now, right?
They choose to. I understand it's their son, but you need to teach your son about accountability.
Yeah.
And they're deflecting.
Yeah.
Take accountability. First of all, you never said, Joy never, ever showed remorse. Never apologized. The Anthony family decided to kick me out of a press conference and said, I was there to show the world we can come together.
You don't have to apologize for defending yourself for someone who's trying to beat you up, first of all. But let's continue.
It's not a race issue.
No.
But what they do, they chose that path. I didn't choose it.
You guys are getting...
And that's the problem.
Yeah. You're getting threatened by supporters of the killer. I mean, what the hell is that? And what's your response to it?
Look, you're all responsible for two things in your whole life. You only control two things. That's it.
All right, so I gotta stop it right there because I can't take any more of that.
I'm glad he stopped it because I couldn't take no more either. You know what I'm saying? Sit up here, listen to this guy sit up here trying to gaslight. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do, boy. I'm trying to tell you, you know, it's the same old playbook, right? The very thing they doing to you, they accuse you of doing to them. Oh, now they're threatening my life and blah, blah. Who doxed you, right? They doxed that Carmelo Anthony family the very next, you see what I'm saying? But yet, you know what I mean, everybody's threatening you. Okay, yeah, right, all right. But now, y'all thought I was finished with the coon call? Say one more, right? Because you see now all that the daddy said and all this stuff that he said. But now you're going to hear from Captain Coon himself. Officer Taylor. Come on down, Coon. You're the next contestant. The Coon is wrong.
But this is a part of the video that wasn't in our original video.
To see if
People are losing their socks and their salvation at the same time over this video. So I'm going to watch it and give you guys my commentary and my thoughts behind what Austin Metcalf's dad said. This looks like the video is on 11 seconds. I think it was a little more to that, but let me play this video and I'm going to give my commentary real clip.
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Fella? How's that one strike you?
I think it's best that we cover a little bit more than that little part, but this is the part that's going viral. I don't know if you guys can put together a little bit of context on both ends, but it looks like he had a rant that he did, obviously sitting in his living room, where he's about a lot of different things and his frustration about what's going on. Let me give you the context and my thoughts on that, and then I'm going to talk about the watermelon felon thing. First and foremost, there was nothing that I thought that he said in all of his speech, aside from the watermelon felon thing, that I thought had anything that was wrong in it. Everything that he said in that video, it frustration with what has gone on in this case, how they have treated his son, and the foolishness that's coming from a lot of people in the black community. It is absolutely asinine.
No, what's absolutely asinine is you're running around here calling yourself a conservative Christian, and as we can see in the background, you're sitting up here promoting bourbon, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah, people want to take a drink, okay, so be it. But you sitting up here promoting it, bro, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all just the biggest hypocrites going. The biggest hypocrites going. And yet, you know what I'm saying, you got no judgment whatsoever, right? Man sit up here and called the man a watermelon felon, called the woman a D, you know what I'm saying, called her a drunk D and all this type of stuff, and you sitting up here promoting bourbon, saying there ain't nothing wrong with what he said, right? Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 to 20, what does it read? Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves, right? You shall know them by their fruits, right? You ain't saying this about Jeff Metcalf. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles, right? If he's such a great Christian, why ain't his boys walking around here being Christians?
True.
Why when they going up to, you know what I mean, Carmelo and saying, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you don't got to sit, man, come on over into the what's the name? You know what I mean? Sit down here with us, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because it's raining out here. Why ain't they invite him to the tent rather than trying to kick him out of the tent, right? See? But y'all, I can understand that, right? Verse 17, even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Now, don't we know that you chew on your fruit? Yeah? A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them, right? Him getting on here talking against the black community, saying all the stuff that he said, out the abundance of the heart the mouth speak, right? Bottom line is you want to sit up here now and go defend him, right? Well, we see who you are, Captain Coon. Anyway, let's look at this next clip.
Howdy folks, welcome to another installation of KingCast, Lawlessness, Injustice, and Journalism. Things of that nature. I'll be quick, I'm on a run. We're back in Seattle and we have an update on the apparent bullying abuse pertaining to the Metcalf twins. Both boys, Hunter and Austin, right? Yeah, y'all's little angels. Let's take a look here. Okay? This is from the cheerleaders, right? Okay? Hunter, got my purple from Carmelo pen. Hunter, fat bitch. He said to them, I don't know what triggers his rages. We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again. Plural. See that plural right there? Tap, tap, tap. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hate guys, but also girls. Tap, tap, tap. The only question now, this is clearly exculpatory evidence for Carmelo, right? And it's part of a larger mosaic. So the only question now is whether or not Judge Roach granted a limiting motion on it, or whether Mike Howard sold Carmelo Anthony down the river on his own volition. Okay? So let's take a look at it, right? That's where I said it. And see, that's it right there. I said it. I always carry expert witnesses. There's some of the other things he didn't do, and that was just off the top of my head at the moment, right? Okay? Mike, tell us the story, man. That's why I asked today for all the motion hearings. I want to know what came up. Yeah, level up, brother. There's Mike Campbell. He's an attorney. He outed this information, right? Because there's where the email chain went to the Frisco people, all right? What they're doing is they're making Carmelo the fall guy. They're protecting scholarships from all these people who were involved in criminal activity. That's my statement. That's what I believe. And so once all these ball players are involved, they're not going to get these scholarships again. They made the Negro the fall guy. And I'm telling some people about this that are very high in the sports world about this. You don't need to know who they are. If you're smart, you'll figure it out. But you're not smart, so you just have to wait. That's it right there. There it is. There's the fat bitch. All of it, right? Go back and get your email addresses off these people. These are the people who should be held accountable right there, and probably more. Tap, tap, tap. This is major. They need to take the whole scholarship program, NCAA, take it from them. Take that money and get Carmelo out of prison where he does not belong. There you go. Or maybe jail, sorry. Whichever the case. Get him out. There's the hands were bisexual. Time and time again. Sorry to have to bring this to you. Please keep my name confidential as I fear what they would do if they knew. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with it. Yeah.
All right, so y'all already know. We're going to look at this and see what's going on here, right? And as you can see, up here in the blue, all of these people received, you see what I'm saying, this complaint. All of them. So guess what? You could have called any of these people up here based off of character witness, you know what I'm saying, and got this in as the defense attorney, right? To protect Carmelo because his trial is about him defending himself. So of course, right, if I'm defending him, I'm basically going to try to say these people were bullying him, right? Here we go. Concerns, coaches, right? So you see, these cheerleaders put a complaint in to the coaches, right? The other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat B. Oh, seemed like the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maddie be saying that about women too, right? I don't understand what triggers his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and was incredibly embarrassing for my friend as everyone in Canes looked at her, right? All right, let's pick it back up. Looked at her and started laughing. We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again. But we trust that there is repercussions or some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it, right? You see that? But for it now to be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. She is not only embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way he can act on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public places, which is not good for our school's representation and is discouraging us to keep cheering them on. I'm sorry for having to even come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I fear what they would do if they knew. And they're trying to paint this picture that these two young men were not bullies. Ain't that something? Let's go back to the clip.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another installation of KingCast. Illegality, corruption, journalism, things of that nature. This is the Brady Bunch. It's the way they became the Brady Bunch. I won't sing it for you, but listen here. These people are not necessarily Brady in terms of, law enforcement in general, but they committed Brady-type offenses by omission. These are all the coaches that were CC'd on the email from the cheerleaders that got ignored about how violent and threatening the Metcalf twins are. Hunter and Austin Metcalf, offspring of Megan and Jeff Metcalf. Those ones.
All right. And so that man right there, that's Chris King, right? That's the reason why the dad called him out and was trying to make fun of his bow tie, right? Because he's mad and he's angry because Chris King is exposing, right? You know what I'm saying? You can find him at Christopher King on Facebook. That's where I found that. But anyway, Jeremiah chapter 30, this is what we got. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, northern and southern kingdom, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So remember, but end time prophecy specifically states that the children of Israel have to return from all the places that they've been scattered, right? Verse 4, and these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved. Right? So we can see this whole Carmelo incident and the Anthony family. We can see Jacob's trouble, right? Because, you know what I mean? They've got these people trying to oppress them and trying to destroy him, right? But the Bible says, you know what I mean? That's why they need to know covenant. They need to know that they are Israelites, and they need to go and confess their sins, their iniquities, and ask the Most High to be with them, right? Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So remember, old Jeff Metcalf gonna sit up here about, yeah, we put y'all to work. We put y'all to work. Well, guess what? Those days are coming to an end, right? Verse 9, but they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, right? David means beloved. So we know that's Yahusha, Yahawashai, Jesus, right? Y'all think he looks like y'all because these heathens told a lie and painted him in your image. But the truth of the matter is, the Bible tells us he's got hair like wool and skin as color as brass burned in the furnace. So y'all been hating the wrong people, right? But guess what? We're not going to be serving y'all. We got to serve our king. You're going to have to bow to our king too, right? Verse 9. But they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So you see, we got to get up on out of here, right? So you told that lie, and now we know you're lying, because you tried to tell us that the real Israelites came back in 1948. And when we seen them rockets and everything falling, and y'all running into bomb shelters, now we know you told a lie, right? Verse 11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee. So all these coons with these flags in their background, guess what? You ain't gonna be sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, talking about America and all this, right? You're gonna mess around and you're gonna get destroyed with America. You better figure this out, coons, right? Yet I will not make a full end of thee. So the Israelites come up out of this thing, right? So we ain't worried about it. Next, judgment comes on y'all. But I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So you see, that's why he correcting all of us, right? For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. So you see how Carmelo just got laid out here, you know what I'm saying, in front of everybody? You know what I'm saying? Here it is. He had a reasonable cause, self-defense. But guess what? There was none to plead his cause, right? Right? There ain't no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. Same friend that called him over there to the tent. What happened? Oh, yeah. He ended up chasing him down too, right? For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Right? And this is talking to us as a whole, as a people, right? We know why we've been brought over here now, right? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. We were breaking the Most High y'all's, laws. That's why we got put over here. But he said, because your sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. There weren't these heathens, right? But they thought it was them, and they've been running around here proud, thinking that they could put their hands on the Most High's people, and nothing ever going to happen to them.
Amen.
Well, guess what? That's where they thought wrong,
Amen.
right? Verse 16, because this is what he said he's going to do to them.
Good.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Amen.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Good.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Good.
And all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Good.
For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of all thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all that oppress them.
Right.
So y'all's day is coming, right?
Damn right it is.
And their nobles shall be of themselves, right? So y'all won't be ruling over us no more.
Right.
And their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. So y'all won't be ruling over us anymore. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord? And you shall be my people, and I will be your God.
Damn right.
Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
Right.
See that?
Right.
The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he hath done it, and until he hath performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days, you shall consider it. And that's why we're considering it right now. All right. So now y'all see. That being said, right? This is bigger than all of us. The Most High already said what he's gonna do, right? He told us, you get into disobedience, putting you on slave ships, scattering your own world, selling you to your enemies.
Damn right.
But guess what? We already seen all that's true. It came to pass. They the ones that sit up here lying. You know what I mean? Oh, that don't mean y'all not the Israelites or whatever. But guess what? When they get mad, oh yeah. Y'all got sold to us. We put you to work, right? Well, you just admitted you put us to work. Well, guess what? We put you to work next, right? See, all that bragging, big talk that y'all been doing, right? That's why you don't like the Hebrew Israelites out here telling you. That's why you don't want us, you know what I'm saying, to tell everybody that you are a liar and that you changed Christ's image to a little Gentile when he's really a Hebrew. And those fake Ashkenazi Jews are liars because they're not the real people. That's why they get bombed. And that's why y'all are mad, because they're taking all your money, you know what I'm saying, and charging you taxes and all this type of stuff and making your sons and daughters go over there and die for people that's lying to you, right? But you hate us. But that's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You know what? Y'all gaslit us for 400 years. The gaslighting is over. Because now we know. You see what I'm saying? And now we're praying. Father, have mercy on us. Avenge us of our adversaries. Now we're going to see what's going to happen. We already know. Because it's real. With that being said, thanks for watching. Most I bless each and every one of you. Till we meet again. Shalom.
Though I walk through the valley of death, shadows whisper. Still in my breath, the ground feels cold, like it's alive. Each step a battle, just to survive. Though I walk alone through the dark, through the storm, but I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. A light inside, it's my barricade. The trees, they shiver, they bend and creak. The wind, it howls, the future bleed. Yet my heart beats loud, a steady drum. It tells the night I won't succumb. They can't break me. No, they won't. No, they won't. My soul's on fire. They don't know. So I walk alone in the dark, through the storm. But I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. A light inside, it's my barricade. Is a shadow, it clings to the weed. But I got a voice and I let it speak. Mountains crumble, the skies might fall, but I'll rise through it all. Though I walk, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It's my barricade.
Right, let's push this one out.
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no editor, no tech skills, just Riverside. I get high quality podcast recordings right from my room. And I'm not even using expensive equipment. Watch this. Riverside turns my recording into social clips automatically. It even creates thumbnails and writes the description, so I can post it fast without getting overwhelmed. If you want to start a podcast, this is the only tool you need. Try it for free today.
I got one challenge for you. Try whisper flow once. One time. And I promise you'll understand why I haven't typed a full sentence in 6 months. Next time you open ChatGPT, don't type your prompt. Just talk it out. And I mean through whisper flow. Not ChatGPT's built-in voice. When you speak, you'll get 5 times more detail than when typing in half the time. And when you use flow, you get the fastest, most accurate dictation. The prompt gets richer and cleaner. The answer gets better. Plus, it works in any app on any device. So the next time you need to send a text or an email, just speak it using Flow. AI pilot ready to send. What used to take minutes, it takes seconds.
A bodyguard to the storm, stopped dead in his tracks by a sniper lying in wait. He dropped his iPad, his papers, and things all right there in the door. But it was going to murder that beloved husband and father. The search for a cold-blooded killer would expose dark family secrets. It leads to 2 shocking arrests. This selfie is the last photo George Young would ever take. The busy bodyguard was working as usual. The gig protecting Reverend Giuliani wasn't George's first assignment of the day. Ivy Barnhill says 12-hour workdays are the norm for her big brother.
My brother worked a lot. He worked 70 hours a week. He worked really hard to provide for his family.
In addition to his job installing security alarms, George had started his own business, providing security for celebrities in Atlanta.
We were all very proud of him for what he had accomplished, and he was proud of himself.
In mid-November, after leaving the rapper's clothing line launch in an Atlanta mall, George headed home to his family in nearby Houston.
It was very quiet, very clean. Street lights, it was in a very good area.
But around 11:30 at night, the silence of suburbia was shattered by gunfire just as George reached his front door. The proud father of 3 is shot twice.
He got shot from the side. His keys were actually in the door. When he was shot and killed.
Inside, his wife Tia, who was upstairs in her bedroom, is startled by the sound. This is what she told her Atlanta affiliate CBS 46 just hours after the murder. Tia tells cops her brother Tim grabbed his shotgun and went outside to investigate.
At that point, she didn't know who it was.
Gwinnett County Police Detective David Smith says that was about to change.
You still hear about the call he was back in his husband.
Police and paramedics raced to the young's home on Montauk Hill Drive, but it was too late. Amanda Coyne covered George's murder for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
When the EMTs arrive, they say that George has already died.
Detective Smith is one of the first investigators to arrive.
I see the victim laying on the steps just off the front porch. Of course, there's blood pooling there.
His immediate reaction to the crime scene.
This has to be some kind of ambush. He had no idea this was coming because the way his hands were, it's like everything just immediately dropped when he was shot.
The loud cracking pops of gunfire brings neighbors out to check on all the commotion.
People were very shocked. This is not a neighborhood that something like this occurs.
Cops quickly rule out robbery as a motive.
His wallet, phone, and everything were still on him, so they didn't take anything.
No weapon is found, but a shell casing is recovered.
When CSI got there, they combed the area. They used metal detectors to try to find the other one.
The second casing is never located.
The reason why we couldn't find the second shell casing was kind of weird to us. There wasn't many places it could have gone.
Detectives questioned George's grieving wife of more than 20 years, along with her mother and brother, who also lived with the family.
No one had any explanations or details to provide us that sent us in a certain direction.
A couple hours after the killing, George's sister Ivy is awakened by her husband, who delivers the tragic news.
He was like, "It's your brother." And I said, "What about my brother?" And he said, he's been shot. I said, "Okay, well, is he okay? What happened?" He said, "No, babe, he's not okay. He's dead." And I just started screaming.
Ivy Ivy still lived in South Carolina with the rest of her family. Within hours, she was on the road, heading to Georgia, texting Tia along the way, trying to get answers.
She told me that that the police thought it was mistaken identity. She said it could have been gang related, like a gang initiation type thing.
None of it was making sense to Ivy.
I'm not saying that, bad things like that can't happen in good neighborhoods, but it was a very nice, quiet neighborhood, and as many times as I visited, I never felt unsafe.
And Ivy wasn't the only one surprised.
Why someone we consider to be ambushed on their front porch like that.
Especially targeting someone like George Young.
He was a really good guy. Everybody loved George. Everybody. Real friendly, likable personality. Would do anything for anybody.
Everyone that we talked to, he was such a good man. All he did was work. He was working so early in the morning till late at night.
Immediately, cops wondered, could the murder be tied to George's work, doing security detail for celebrities? Did something happen at his job that night with rapper Lil Yachty?
Did he get into an argument with someone and they followed him home? It just didn't seem random at all.
But after a few phone calls to his colleagues, that theory was tossed.
All the information we were getting while on scene was the night had gone great. He had even told the person he was on the phone with on the way home that everything had gone really well and there hadn't been any issues.
So who'd want to kill George Young, and why? George Young had built a successful business protecting celebrities. But on the night he needed protecting, no one was there. Just a cold-blooded killer. The loving husband and father of three gunned down on his front porch.
We really didn't have anything to go on right away.
Everyone cops talked to loved George.
They kept saying no one would want to hurt him. There's no reason anybody would try to do something.
And Stephen.
Nissan Qashqai with new e-Power, now available with 0% APR.
Drinking warm water before bed improves eyesight almost overnight. Thousands of people are already doing this every night as they sleep by adding one unusual ingredient to a glass of warm water before bed. If you're long or short-sighted, struggling with floaters, or living with cataracts, macular degeneration, or glaucoma,
no pensioners living in a quiet part of the world, and they just seem like a perfectly nice retired couple just enjoying their company together.
They kept themselves pretty much to themselves, but were a lovely couple.
They bought a foot of land with two houses on it, and their daughter and son-in-law lived next door to them, and the aim was to set up a business.
The son-in-law wanted to breed these dogs, these Alsatian dogs. They'd gone around the garden and he was quite happy where they could put the kennels up.
It seemed like the perfect place to escape the rat race.
Lovely landscape, it's fairly quiet, people are good neighbours, people help one another out. And it's a fairly quiet place, got lovely schools and various facilities. Village life is good.
But it appears it was a far cry from Sylvia's previous lifestyle.
She said to me, this is just not me, it's not us. We're townies, we come from the town, the middle of the town. There's buses, there's shops, there's pubs, there's everything we want, and lots and lots of people, everything we want. And after a little while, she looked down at the baby and she said, that's the only reason I'm going to go along with this, because I want to help bring up the baby.
Sylvia's main motivation for moving to the country was that her daughter just had a child herself, and so she had her first grandchild and wanted to be able to look after her in the nice rural surroundings.
Despite keeping themselves to themselves, neighbour Steve Pickett was one of the few locals who got to know them.
I used to walk down there in the morning, sometimes in the evening. It's a nice little walk. It's about a 40-minute round walk. And on the way home, he was often out. Sylvia was quite quiet, very quiet. She never spoke whatsoever. And when I went round and looked at the work he was doing, she was very quiet, possibly shy.
After settling into a new life together, the family dynamic changed when in 2015, Christy and her husband Stephen Paxman moved away to Leicester, and Peter and Sylvia stayed on.
The mother is suddenly left on her own in this place where there's only 2 bloody fields and no people. And she's got no friends, she's got nothing. I don't think she even had a car.
And a year later, life in the community was about to change forever.
Is that the police? How can I help?
In June 2016, Christy Paxman became concerned at having been unable to contact her parents for a few days.
Peter and Sylvia had a nice family get-together with their daughter on this previous Saturday, but then as the week went on, they didn't turn up to their regular line dancing classes, which they were very keen on, so that began to raise some alarms.
I believe the young lad across the way was rang up by the daughter because they couldn't get a hold of him. He went down there one night and everything looked in order. The car was there. So there's this suspicion that they were just gone for a walk.
The computer was on, the food was there, ready to be eaten, all looked fine, but obviously there was no sign of the couple. So the following day, when they still hadn't heard from Peter and Sylvia, the daughter said, "Can you go around again and check?" And when things were exactly the same then, they really got worried, and that's when the police were called.
Okay, yep, when was the last time that you saw them?
The 3rd of June 2016, I was in my office at headquarters. Phone rang, and it was a colleague from Suffolk, a DCI from Suffolk, who said that there was 2 missing people in Weybridge, and he was unhappy with the circumstances, and the kind of phrase he used, it didn't feel right.
It was a Friday. The paper comes out on a Friday, so it's almost a chance for us to breathe a bit after a stressful week, and we start again on the next edition. And I do remember we got a missing persons appeal from the police.
Concerned that their disappearance was out of character, police issued a missing persons appeal for Peter and Sylvia and attended the couple's home.
The officers that attended and did a quick search, Peter and Sylvia, described the laptop computer being on. I think there was a handbag there. They noticed the car was still there. And the chicken curry is halfway prepared. That isn't a normal course of events. So your experience and your gut feeling tells you that something is wrong here.
With initial signs pointing to something suspicious having occurred, and with the first few hours of any missing person case being critical, police launched a helicopter search.
I was coming back from holiday in Spain, driving on the A12, when on the radio came the news that this couple had gone missing from Weybridge, and that's quite a shock really to hear that.
I'd been out that morning, and when I came back, probably just about 1 o'clock, the helicopter was going round and round. I realised it was a police helicopter, and they were looking for maybe some kids in a car or something like that. But it was so regular, going round and round, and then looking for a space land.
This was it was a more intense search. You could tell from the way the helicopter was buzzing round and backwards and forwards. It was much more intense.
Get ready for outdoor adventures with Smith's Toy Superstores. Bounce into action on the Thorpe Sports 10-foot trampoline and enclosure. Race down the 10-foot wavy slide for hours of fun. Kids can jump for joy in the Happy Hop Castle Bouncer with slide. Swing high and seesaw away on the Apatu 3-unit swing set.
No signs of the couple or clues leading to their whereabouts. Police were at a loss as to what could have happened to them.
Ah, the peace. It's so magnificent. It's going to be...
Or kidnapped, there'd be some sign of a struggle. There may be chairs knocked over, or or maybe blood or something. But there was absolutely nothing.
How had this couple seemingly vanished without a trace?
Things like this don't happen in Weybred.
In Weybred, Suffolk, the peaceful community had been disrupted by a police search team and helicopters. In the hunt for retired couple Peter and Sylvia Stewart.
Sylvia and Peter Stewart, they were reported missing to us yesterday morning, and we've been working through the course of yesterday to try and locate them.
The search team's already started looking in the house and the grounds. There, we had a cyber team there that started looking at the telephones to see if there was a router and any phone information we could pick up, which might quickly assist us to where they were.
With few clues as to where they had gone, fear started to spread through the neighbourhood.
There was a lot of unrest. People were concerned because we didn't know what had happened.
I was going towards the Weybred. I mean, scenarios went through my mind as, have they been abducted? Had they fallen over and hurt themselves walking in the wood? Maybe they've just got lost somewhere and they would be found. Or sometimes it does happen, people go on holiday and forget to tell their relatives. But as soon as I got to the scene and saw all the police activity, I knew it would be a normal story, but something bad had happened.